A lot of people are out there educating their little tails off, but guess what? Educational content does not grow your business online. And in this video, I'm gonna break down the type of content to make that's made me over 7 figures online in my business with just one digital product, doing a little over 900K. So clean out your ears and listen up. I know there's a lot of gurus out there saying to make all this educational content and it'll build your business online and it'll build your brain and people will buy stuff from you because they've learned so much from you. Well, I'm here to tell you that they're wrong. And it's only gonna take me about 5 minutes to break this down. So if you don't have 5 minutes to spare, then you'll probably just keep on teaching people things that they probably won't even implement, for one. And for two, it definitely won't build your business online. So look, here's the thing about educational content. I'm not saying that you don't need to teach anybody stuff, but there is a way that you need to educate them. So for one, the downside of educational content is this. If you're simply just educating people about a certain topic, majority of the audience that listens to that content is not going to implement the stuff that you're teaching anyways. Think about this for a second. Majority of people that simply just watch how-to videos, they just sit there and waste their time watching how-to videos. They never do anything with the how-to video. They watch how-to video after how-to video after how-to video. They attend free masterclass after free masterclass after free masterclass. They attend free webinar after free webinar after free webinar. They don't ever do anything with the information. So this is what you need to understand about educational content. Period. Majority of people that only watch educational content do it to waste time. They're not actually going to do anything with the information anyway. So if you are just simply educating people, you are probably going to be building an audience of non-doers, and a bunch of non-doers are not going to end up spending money with you. So that's for one. But like I said, I'm not saying that you don't need to teach anything, because I make educational content. I have an educational channel, but there's a way that I do it. I'm gonna break it down right here. So the type of content that you need to make that is going to actually create an audience of people for you and that is actually going to generate traffic for your business online, you need to create what I call epic expert content. Epic expert content. So what is epic expert content? It is this. First of all, it needs to be entertaining. And a lot of people that are making this educational content, it's not entertaining at all. Think about this. If you're not somewhat entertaining, and if all that you are doing is just educating something, 1 + 1 = 2. 1 + 2 = 3. 1 + 3 = 4. People, they're going to scroll right past your content, or they're going to click right off of it because they're going to be bored. So majority of people that are making educational content, they're simply just educating and they're not thinking of entertaining someone at all. And when I say entertaining, I'm not saying that you got to be out here doing a whole bunch of goofy looking stuff or a whole bunch of trendy stuff or doing a whole bunch of dances or anything, right? You need to know what is entertaining to your actual audience. So that's why the P stands for personalized, right? Because if you make personalized content for a certain individual, then you will know what is entertaining to them. And the person who you're going to be making this content for is called your avatar, right? What most people are doing is that they're just picking a niche, and within a niche, it's hard to get seen, right? Just imagine all these dots are people within a niche. But if you build out an avatar profile and you make the content for this one person, you'll be shocked to find out how many more people fit this avatar profile within your actual niche, right? This is not plural, it's singular. What most people are doing is that they're out here trying to educate the masses, and they can't really get any traction, instead of focusing on making it a personalized message for their intended avatar. So to build a successful business online, You don't have to have a huge audience. You don't have to have a viral audience. Actually, going viral is one of the worst things that you could possibly do, because when you go viral, you have to have a pretty broad audience instead of having a smaller audience, but you're only sending out personalized messages to that actual audience. So you know that you have a higher chance of converting those views into actual customers, right? The percentage of your audience, you will have a higher percentage, you will have a higher clip of people that will turn into customers for you. But you need to make that personalized content to whereas when somebody is watching your content, they just tend to say stuff like, dang, I really feel like you are talking to me. And they will be right, because you actually will be talking to them. I get this in my comments all the time. Like, I feel like you are just talking to me, or bro, did you just make this message just for me? And I'm like, yes, I did make this for you, because I know who it is that I'm speaking to, because I'm really, really, really keyed in on who my avatar is. Now, the I stands for irrefutable, right? Irrefutable. And here's the thing about when you make irrefutable content, nobody can question you on it. I don't care what anybody says or what anybody's opinion is about anything that comes out of my mouth on my content, because I'm only speaking with irrefutable facts, because I only talk about things that I know. A lot of people in their educational content, they're not actually talking about things that they know. They're talking about things that they think, or they're speaking from theory. Whereas I'm giving you irrefutable facts because I'm only talking about things that I know and things that I have actually done. So somebody saying that, oh, you're wrong, or that's not right. I'm like, shut up. You saying that what I'm saying is not right, or what I'm saying does not work. It's like telling me that I don't know how to snap my finger when I'm sitting here and watching me snap my finger, because I only talk about irrefutable facts, and I know that they're irrefutable facts because I talk about things that I know. Anything that you hear me say, I'm not talking about theory. I'm speaking from a fact perspective, and I know that it's fact because I do it, right? And then clear is what the C stands for, clear. A lot of people in their educational content, they're trying to sound too smart. And a lot of the times when you try to sound smart, you actually end up sounding dumb. Or on the flip side of it, if you actually do sound too smart, then you may be intimidating people and you may be confusing them, or they may think that it's too overwhelming because it's like, oh, this guy's talking in Chinese arithmetic, or he's making this sound like rocket science. You need to dumb down your message and have it clear to where it's I'll say a somewhat intelligent 10-year-old can understand what it is that you're saying, right? And a lot of people, they say, well, if a child can't understand, or if a baby can't understand it, then you don't know what you're talking about. I won't say that because that just sounds stupid to me. But I'll say a somewhat intelligent 10 to 12-year-old. If they can't understand it, then you need to dumb it down. And the reason for this is that most people, they just read on an elementary school level. That's why they have TV shows like Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader, or whatever that show is, right? And the reason for this is not that people are slow, or people are dumb, or people are not intelligent. But even if you just think about reading, once we learn how to read when we're a kid, the school system pretty much just leaves that alone. Like, you learned it, we don't have to continue to teach you how to read. And typically, outside of school, most people, they never even read because they've been indoctrined to think that reading is a bad thing, because they were only forced to read stuff that they did not want to read as a child. So that's why when they can learn anything out here to change their lives, a lot of stuff might be in a book. They don't want to read it because they think reading is boring, or reading sucks, or reading stinks or something, because they've only read stuff that they hated and they never worked on their reading or comprehension skills after they initially learned it. So if we know that the average person just speaks on a elementary school level, that's why we need to have a clear and concise message that can cut through to the average person that only reads on an elementary school level anyways, because they literally haven't worked on it since then. And that's the epic side of thing: entertaining, personalized, irrefutable, and clear. Now, on the expert side of thing, this is where the educational content actually starts to come in. This is where you actually focus in on some teaching, because the E stands for educate. So, like I said, most people, they're just making educational content. But if you can make edutainment, what I like to call it, educational content with the entertaining aspect to it, the education, that there is a gold mine. Most people, they're just out here making dry, boring educational content with no entertaining aspect to it, no personality. They're just, like I said, 5 plus 5 equals 10. 5 plus 6 equals 11. This is how you do that, and this is how you do this. No, edutainment. Entertaining with an educational aspect to it. Now, X stands for experience. Now, I know there's always somebody out there, oh, you're spelling experience wrong. It starts with the E. Shut up, stupid. Just listen to what I'm saying, because this stuff works if you work it. Right? So, experience, like I said on the epic side of things, the I stands for irrefutable. I'm able to speak with irrefutable facts because I only talk about things from my experience. Again, I don't speak from theory. I speak from facts, and I know that it's facts because I talk about my experience. So you need to make your content from a point of perspective of the things that you've actually done or the things that you've actually experienced. A lot of people are out here trying to play a role of what they think people want to hear. So they talk about things that they think because they don't feel as if they have the experience to talk about the things that they know. Right? And here's the thing about being an actual expert that I really need you to understand. Look, people don't teach because they're experts. That's what most people are out here doing. And that's why most people are just making content about stuff that they think because they're trying to look like an expert. Because they think in order to teach, you have to be an expert. No, people don't teach because they're experts. People become experts because they teach. People become experts because they teach. So if you just start to talk about the things that you actually know from your actual experience, you will begin to become the perceived expert about what it is that you're talking about. So if you talk about the things that you have experience with, you start to become the perceived expert about the things that you have experience with because you're creating content about it. Even if stuff for you is not working, talk about what did not work today. If you're not getting results, talk about the things that you have done that have not gotten the results. Don't just make up some stuff about some results that you got, because now you're speaking from a perspective of theory. Versus if you talk about the things that did not work for you, now you're speaking from your own actual experience. A lot of my content is just, yo, don't do this because this stuff didn't work. Actually, my whole channel is basically a whole bunch of stuff on how stupid I've been in the past and how I've messed up at so much stuff. And I'm telling you the way not to go, because I already went that way and it hurt and I got beat up. I basically run over the hill and I come back with arrows in my back and I be like, hey, yo, don't go over that hill. They shooting over there. I took the arrows for you. And so, for example, if I was helping somebody grow their YouTube channel, say that was my niche, and I've been struggling to grow my YouTube channel. Instead of saying the 10 ways to grow your YouTube channel, I'm gonna say the 10 ways to not grow your YouTube channel, because I just did these 10 things and they didn't work. Right? And I'm speaking from experience. Guess what? If I keep on talking about the things that are not working for me, then I'm also going to figure out the things that are going to work. And then I become the perceived expert about what not to do to grow your YouTube channel, which actually will turn me into an expert about the things to do to grow your YouTube channel. Right? But whether you're having successes or whether you're having failures, speak from a point of experience so you can become that perceived expert about the thing that it is that you're talking about. Because remember, people don't teach because they're experts. People become experts because they teach. Now, the P stands for problem solving. The P stands for problem solving. All right? As an entrepreneur, you're in the problem solving business, period. That's it. Just think about it. Every single thing that anybody, literally anybody, spends their money on, they spend it on something that solves a problem in their life, whether it be something whether it be something for educational purposes, or whether it be something for entertainment purposes, or whether it be something for their actual livelihood. Everything that we spend money on is something that solves a problem for us. We only spend money on solutions. So in our content, if you are going to make some educational content, it doesn't need to just be educational content for education's sake. It needs to be some type of content that is going to solve a problem for them so they have a reason to actually watch it. Now, the E stands for execute, right? You need to give some type of information to where somebody can instantly execute on it as soon as they get done watching it. That's why I started off this video and I was saying a lot of people that actually watch educational content, they don't do anything with it because majority of the educational content that people are making is not stuff that people can actually execute on. It's simply just A, B, C, and then after C is D, and then you have after D it's E, F, and then you have the G, and then once you get all the way down to the Z, now you know your ABCs. Now you know the alphabet, right? Yeah, they know the alphabet now, but there's nothing that they can do with the alphabet. So in all of my content, I make stuff to whereas the viewer can instantly execute upon what it is that I'm talking about. You need to do the same. Now the R stands for relevant to pain. The R stands for relevant to pain. Pain is a huge moving motivator factor for anybody. Pain is the number one agitator that will get people to move, right? And a lot of times people, they're out here and they're trying to draw people towards their pleasure instead of lead them away from their pain. Right? And we need to know the pain points of our avatar. We need to know the pain points of the person who it is that we're actually making our content for. Because if we can just basically like take this little pen and like jabbing into those pain points, agitate those pain points, it'll get them to move. If I think about anything that I've used as success in my life, it wasn't me thinking about the pleasure side of things that got me to move. It was that I was in so much pain that I finally decided to move. When I fired my job April 1st, 2016, it wasn't me thinking about, oh, this dream entrepreneur life that made me move. It was that I hated my job and I got to the point where I would physically get sick to my stomach, and some mornings I would throw up at just the thought of going into work. That got me to move. It's just like when somebody has a toothache, right? When does somebody finally go to the dentist when they have a toothache? They don't go when it's just one little or if they have just a little discomfort. They wait until that tooth is throbbing and pain shoots up and then it feels like their temple is about to bust out of their head. That's when they go to the doctor to get that fixed. It's that pain that gets them to move. So in your content, you need to know your avatar's pain points. That's why I said here, we need to make it personalized so we know who it is that we're speaking to, because it's not all of the great things that we talk about that's going to get them to move. It's when we make that content that's relevant to their pain and we stick on those pain points and we show them how we have a solution to lead them away from their pain, not draw them towards their pleasure. And then the T is for take action. In all of your content, you don't want to miss an opportunity to have the viewer to take some type of action, whether that be actually buying a product, whether that be signing up for a email list, whether that be giving away some type of free lead magnet to build your email list. You never want to miss the opportunity to have someone to take some type of action, even if that's just to watch the next video. Don't miss any call to actions. When you stop just making educational content and you make this epic expert content, you get numbers coming in online in your business like all them that you see on the screen right now. So if you're ready to make more working less online from stuff that you already know, go ahead and click the link down in the description and join It's Crowded at the Top community. For weekly coaching from myself, all of my exclusive trainings, plus a private community of entrepreneurs, all designed to grow your business online. It's only $47 a month to join right now. That's less than a cup of coffee per day. So click the link down in the description and tap in, and I'll see you on our coaching call this Wednesday. But I'm telling you, this stuff right here, this has changed my life. And I'm pretty sure it'll change yours too. It works if you work it. So go ahead and click the link down in the description if you want to tap into the community. And I'll see you on our coaching call this Wednesday. And now that you know to make this epic expert content, go ahead and check out this video right here for my exact script that I've used that's made me over 7 figures online in my business. It's crowded at the top.